This video was brought to you by baiters like you at the bathhouse.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Zone of Haze. The Zone of Haze is a dungeon in which your health will be constantly regenerating, your sanity will be constantly regenerating, while it is equally being dismantled. That being the case, you do not want to use a Treacherous Tides build in this dungeon because you're not going to be able to get the most effect out of it. So, while you can use Treacherous Ties, you can use a low HP build like Primal Rage because it naturally eats away your HP. You're not going to get the most value out of it. Now, there's 3 different builds that I would say are the best for each situation. One will give you the highest boss DPS. One will give you the best ad control to deal with all the in-between for the areas. And then the last build is just a general all-around, fantastically strong, will cover all your bases, and is just generally fun. And not necessarily meta, but who's to say? First up is the highest boss DPS. You're going to want to use the Primal Rage. Now, I know what you just heard me say was, but Treacherous Tides is bad. How is Primal Rage good? That's because Primal Rage eats away at your max HP, forcing you to be in a low HP state to gain benefit from the buff, which is very nice specifically in Zone of Haze. Now, that being the case, you are much more vulnerable, so you have to play a little bit safer, but it's very much so doable. Second, your best ad clear and control is going to be the KAM Abyss Glance, specifically because the Stealth Walker Cloak will stun enemies, pull them in, and you'll be able to take them all down very quickly inside of a Frost Vortex. The Abyss Glance just got a huge buff, and it is now one of the strongest Frost Vortex weapons in this game by a mile. There's a bunch of really good build videos out there. I haven't made one for it yet because I am who I am as a person, but you can refer to the old one, which is still fairly accurate. Just some of the names of the mods have changed, but if you want a current one, you can go find those as well. And then your general all-rounder, as you can imagine, it is in fact the Boom Boom. The KVD Boom Boom is just generally one of the strongest guns in the game, and it's going to cover every single one of your bases. You got crazy AoE clear, you got crazy explosive damage, you got crazy status damage. It's fantastic. And it works with both high HP and low HP, which is just what makes it such an absolute powerhouse. You don't even have to have fully 6-starred out gear to do crazy damage. It just does fantastic damage as it is. Now that we've gone over the builds that we may want to consider using for this, let's get into the actual meat of it. Inside of this raid, as I like to call it, you're going to have these little pillars. These pillars will have symbols over top of them. Those symbols correspond in order to what you must shoot. As you can see, we have the globe symbol above the first little dot on the pillar, and then we have the moon symbol over top of the pillar that has 2 dots. This tells you the order in which you must destroy them. 1 and then 2. It's kind of just doing math and looking at the symbol, matching it. If you've ever played Destiny, you'll feel right at home. Now, this is to teach you the importance of the pillar mechanics, that's going to be something that progresses throughout the dungeon. Now, for this first section, in the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this dark hotel room. Try to kill stuff on the way, but don't take too much time. As you can see, there's a little stacking debuff in red. You see the little red square with the spooky icon in it. That will slowly unalive you over time once it reaches 10 stacks, so you have to go fast. If you've ever played, what is that, Crota's End in Destiny, where you get the creeping darkness? I think that's Crota's End. Same rules apply. As your stacks increase, you will slowly get closer to unalive. Now, be mindful of the abominations. Do not get blown up by them like I do. I assure you, it is not good for your health. As you progress through this first little section that I lovingly call running in the 90s, you will come across this pillar with a circle around it. Now, this circle is interesting. It will both heal you and restore your sanity, and additionally, it'll get rid of your debuff. Now, once you have replenished, you want to run down into the next section and just wipe all of the ads. Some of them will drop these little glowy orby boys. Those little glowy orby boys are fantastic because those are going to additionally get rid of your debuff and heal you just like your pillar would. It's almost like a mobile pillar, but it doesn't last indefinitely like the pillars do. Now, be very careful because the Order Keeper is strong. It throws down some some super powerful explosives that will wipe you very quickly. Now entering phase 2, this is going to give you an in-depth view of the Obelisk mechanic. So right now, we're going to kind of go over how to read the obelisks in the correct order and how to activate them. So during this fight, you'll see those Rainfall Reapers spawn. Those Rainfall Reapers will drop the golden orbs you need to throw at the obelisks to activate them. Now, of course, you don't have to activate them in any particular order, but if you activate the first 3, you can process of elimination the 4th one and just know what it is. Our first obelisk was the diamond icon. Our second obelisk was the globe icon. Our third obelisk is the moon icon, which means by process of elimination, our final obelisk is the hourglass, which we can just shoot without having to activate, so we're good to go. Now you want to be careful because if you do shoot them out of order, they reset, so make sure you shoot them in the correct order. Now once you're done with phase 2, we're going to start moving on into phase 3, which is our first boss fight of the dungeon. So you're going to progress through these next 2 little areas. There's going to be 2 of these smelter boys, which are totally not foreshadowing or anything like that. Definitely not foreshadowing. No siree. And then additionally, you will come across a mirror lady when you walk into the long hallway. Be very careful. The mirror lady will reflect your bullets and she will unalive you very, very quickly. You have to be careful. It will also continually spawn spiders until the mirror lady is dead. The mirror lady will retreat into her mirror again when she's at low HP. I don't think there's a way to skip past that. Once the mirror lady is finished and you move on, you'll have a couple more rooms of spiders to go through. If you've ever played Dark Souls 2, this is going to look really familiar to you. This area is jarringly similar to that one specific spot just before that one specific gigantic spider boss that everybody has a really hard time with and it took me a lot of tries to kill, but when I did eventually kill it, I got a really cool weapon that was really exciting. I was very happy about it. That boss. Welcome to the actual boss fight of phase 3, the Scorcher. The Scorcher is a boss that will take all of the mechanics you have learned thus far and throw them at you all at once. These little scorchy boys will spawn that drop your glowing piss orbs. If you take your glowing orb and throw it at one of the obelisks, it will activate it. In order for you to actually be able to shoot any of the icons, though, you do have to activate all 4 obelisks, at which point you will then move to the center of the room and use the dial to cycle between which icon is active at any given time. You'll cycle through, find the first one, shoot it, find the second one, shoot it, find the third one, shoot it, find the 4th one, you guessed it, shoot it. Once you have destroyed all the icons, the boss will become vulnerable, at which point you enter the DPS phase, and if your damage is strong enough, you will either kill the boss in one phase, or you'll just repeat the cycle again with a couple more adds that's a little more difficult. Once you are done with the Scorcher, you'll collect your loot and move on to phase 4, which is known as the Maze. In the Maze, we end up just skipping the entire thing. It really doesn't matter. You don't really have to do anything. Kill the ads, run past the entire thing. It is absolutely no problem. You're not going to get stuck. Don't worry about it. Anybody who died or wasn't able to get there will be teleported to you once you reach phase 5, part 1 of the final boss fight. Insert epic music here. Ba, 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 ba. Something like that. I don't know. We'll figure something out for that transition. All right. The final boss fight of the Zone of Haze raid is Secret Servitor. If you've done the monolith for Secret Servitor, you'll know that it is wildly different. They are in no way, shape, or form the same. The boss looks the same, but their mechanics couldn't be more different. Part 1 of the Secret Servitor boss fight in Zone of Haze will have you destroy each of the shadow servitors with the corresponding icon above them in the order of the obelisks as they appear. If you do not do this in the correct order, it will respawn the ads and you will have to start again. It is very detrimental, so make sure you're paying attention and you do it right the first time. Once you have destroyed all of the shadows, you will be teleported into the real boss room, at which point you will enter another damage phase where you can hurt the Secret Servitor as much as physically possible. Once you have done so, the Secret Servitor will go invulnerable and you will have one more mechanical cycle to go through. Once more, you will have obelisks. The obelisks have symbols. You destroy the symbols in the order of the obelisks, and Secret Servitor will be generating a shield the entire time that you're doing this, so you have to make sure that you do it quickly. Time is of the essence. She can effectively double her health bar, so you have to be very quick about this. Now, when you do that, once you have destroyed all the symbols, the boss will become vulnerable again, and you'll be able to DPS down the Secret Servitor. During this time, 2 Arbiters will spawn, so be careful not to forget that they spawn like I do, or you're going to have a bad time. Oh, Additionally, during this final phase, the boss will also be giving you that darkness mechanic we talked about that gives you 10 stacks and will slowly begin draining your health. You have to make sure you're standing near an active obelisk in order to regain your sanity, your HP, and get rid of that debuff. Now just rinse and repeat until Secret Servitor is dead, and congratulations, you have completed the Zone of Haze. Thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate the time you took to learn about Zone of Haze. I hope this is helpful for you. I hope that you have some value in this. If you found any of it to be useful, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do the whole big three. Really helps out the channel a whole bunch, and I greatly appreciate it. If there is anything that you'd like me to make a video on additionally, or anything you'd like to see, any sort of builds, any sort of guides for whatever, let me know. Put it in the comments. This was recorded and edited live on Twitch. We like to do that on stream. It's very fun to see the behind the scenes for it. We'd like to get everybody involved as well. If you'd like to be a part of that, by all means, head on over to Twitch, drop a follow. I'd really appreciate it. Hope to see you the next time we are live. We stream 7:30 PST every day, except for Wednesdays, because Wednesdays are stinky doo-doo days. We do not like them. Thank you for watching, everybody. And as always, the bathhouse provides.